is not a nicety. It's not something nice to have for black folk. It is now an absolute necessity. If you do not get reparations soon, black folk, as I told you before, are through. Reparation is not a nicety, it's a necessity. What are the conditions? What are the conditions that precipitated black folk getting into this dilemma? And what black labor, white wealth did, it tracked 800 years of history in very systematic terms to show you every strategy, every technique, every law, every public custom, and every public policy that was used to enslave black folk around the world and to maldistribute almost 100% of all this nation's wealth, power, resource, privileges, businesses, and controls of all levels of government into the hands of the dominant white society. And what slavery and Jim Crow segregation did with black folk, it intentionally maldistributed all the resources away from black folk and created a real-life monopoly game. Black folk in America are playing in a real-life monopoly game that you're totally ill-prepared to play and win.
Peace, family. Peace, love, and reparations. Peace, love, and reparations. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star, and I would like to say Happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate it. For those who don't, I understand. Again, take this time, even if you don't celebrate it. I still recommend that you spend your time with your family, because that's a great time to get together and try to build, right? Because I notice as black people, we like to get together, to eat. We can get together to party. We can get together to drink, smoke. We can get together for all those things. But as soon as it's time to come to get together to build, somehow we do not show up, and we do not like to put those funds together. We'll put them blunts together. We'll put them drinks together, but we won't put them funds together. So I wanted to talk about reparations versus universal basic income, and how, when it comes to black people, they're just so scared to give out checks when it comes to us. But when it comes to others, right, they can just dunk this money to everybody else. But when they give money to us, it actually goes to different areas and places instead of actually in our pockets. And we're going to break that down. So first, which one should I start off with? I'm going to start off with the transgender thing in San Francisco. So let me close this real quick. Okay, so as you can see, San Francisco launches guaranteed income program for transgender residents, right? So again, there's another one, Palm Valley, I want to say. I'm going to actually go back and click onto that link as well. But, the city of San Francisco has launched a guaranteed income program aimed at the transgender community. Guaranteed income for transgender people, or GIFT, right? Pilot program will provide 55 eligible residents with $1,200 per month for 18 months, as well as healthcare and financial coaching, right? I'm going to skip down a little bit. By giving low-income trans people the resources to cover the expenses they deem most immediate and important, given each person's unique situation, we are implementing a true community-centered intervention to combat poverty, said Araya Sahad, president of the Transgender District, right? So, again, this is just some more stuff, but again, right? This is straight payments to specific people with a specific amount for a specific amount of time, right? So again, $1,200 per month. Who wouldn't be able to use that? Now, mind you, this don't have anything to do with whether you got a job or not, or this, that, and the third. $1,200 a month with healthcare and financial coaching, right? So you can try to get you out of your situation. So now, again, let me I'm gonna back that up. Now, there's another one in California City, which is Palm Springs City Council, right? $900 a month to transgender and non-binary residents, right? And this one was back in April, but this was for, although it has made a comeback because of COVID-19 epidemic, as various governments ponder ways to inject cash into a stagnant economy, right? And somebody down here was disagreeing with it. I'm not even gonna say I disagree with it. I just say give black people their reparations. You feel me? You know what I mean? because a lot of people do need help, not just us, right? But we need the most help, and we should get ours before anybody else. I'm not saying that at all. You feel me? But I definitely still don't knock anybody else getting their bread. But bro, nobody should be getting checks before foundational Black Americans. But somebody didn't agree with it and was saying that it'll bring up inflation. But shit, it don't bring up inflation when the natives is getting their checks. So it is what it is. Inflation just gonna have to go high, and you just gonna have to make up for it. But again, specific payments paid out in cash per month. I think this one was actually that was 200,000 set aside. I think this was for about 20 people or something like that. This is about 20 people. The last one was for 55 people. So this is the one I actually wanted to show you guys. So this is the one, Mayor Elzraza, Providence Municipal Reparations Commission members, Providence African American Ambassador Group, and community partners announced the next step to advance reparations. Now, again, I don't like the language already because African American is a broad term that can bring in white people. It can bring in African immigrants. It can bring in, and I don't have anything against African immigrants whatsoever, but this allows African immigrants and, some Spanish people and all of that to come in and get part of what they're trying to give out, which I'm going to show you in a second, because they have a list to show you where this money is actually going. So I want to read a little bit, just a little bit. This is for closing the racial wealth gap and equity gap as they propose a budget for municipal reparations, right? So, Mary Harris, Providence Cultural Equity Initiative CEO and founder Raymond Two Hawks Watson, Reparations Commissioner Chairman Rondi Davis. They just naming a bunch of people right now. I'm gonna skip over that. Okay, so Mayor Elzraza today began taking action on the recommendations of Municipal Reparations Commission. First, Mayor Elzraza signed an executive order constituting a formal municipal apology for African enslavement. See, again, African enslavement, that can be people in the diaspora, that can be Africans. They was taken to South America as well. So, again, which would turn into these I'm sorry, family, Hispanic people getting was really meant for us, right? Because again, they don't identify as African, but they'll be like, oh, my ancestors, they'll start finding Black people in their lineage, which they have, you feel what I'm saying? But then they'll try to, because we know right now in America, majority of the Hispanics identify as white, especially on the Census Bureau. So again, urban renewal policies and practices acknowledge of the harms of African heritage and indigenous communities caused by racial discrimination. In addition, see, we don't want anything dealing with racial discrimination, not at this point anyway. We talking about chattel slavery and, a debt owed for working and not getting paid for what you worked for. So he signed this executive order. It was about $10 million. So I'm gonna get down here where it says Mayor Elzraza, I hope I'm saying that right, and community members also unveiled a budget plan for $10 million allocated to COVID-19 inequity funds and city council, and cities approved American Rescue Plan and budget. So the budget is right here. The full budget proposal can be found here. So let's click here, and we're gonna go over this together, family. So closing the present day racial wealth gap and equality, Providence Municipal Reparations Overview, remaining building and sites, 400,000. And again, when they said they was doing this for, he said he gave a formal apology. I want my apologies in the form of reparations. And I don't even think he shouldn't even be the one apologizing. He's a Black man at the end of the day. So, equity building, so home ownership and financial literacy, 1 million went to that. Home repair fund, 1 million went to that. Capacity investments in community organizations, $500,000 went to that. Earn and learn workforce training, $1 million went to that. Small business acceleration, $1.5 million went to that. Expansion of guaranteed income program, $500,000 went to that. Expansion of youth internship program, $250,000 went to that. Establish a legal defense fund facing rental evictions, $250,000 went to that. Again, that's probably going to go to white lawyers at the end of the day. Investment in media firms, $250,000 went to that. Expand operational capacity, whatever the hell that means. $1 million went to that. Preserve, safeguard, and promotion of cultural programs, $200,000 went to that. Establish a fund dedicated to the urban renewal impacts, $200,000 went to that. Develop a grant program to assist urban renewal impact neighborhoods, $200,000 went to that. Creation of K-12, a matter of truth curriculum, $50,000 went to that. Advancing public education campaigns, $50,000. Funding to establish African Heritage and Indigenous History School, $50,000. Creation of Artist and Resident Fund, $100,000. K-12 curriculum grounded in Rhode Island and New England history, $100,000. This is crazy. Creation of Resident Scholarship Fund, $500,000. Creation of fund for home-based daycare providers, $250,000. Invest in district-wide coordinate of educational enrichment, $100,000. Expansion of mental and behavioral support programs, $150,000. Collaborate with neighborhood providers, including barbershops, $250,000. Creation of policy and research, $150,000. A total of $10 million allocation. Now, family, this money don't go in the pockets of not near Black citizen of Providence, right? So no direct monetary money is going to go in your pockets. Small business acceleration, earn and learn workforce training, home repair fund. I'm telling you, family, this is what they do when it comes to us. They love to put money into things that's not going to directly affect us. I'm not going to say it's not going to directly affect us to an extent, because it does a little bit, but it doesn't move the bar. It doesn't move the bar. And I can guarantee you, as time goes on and we say, yo, okay, so this happens. So what's the dynamics looking like, or what's the statistics looking like of Black homeowners in Providence? I actually lived in Providence. Yep, definitely lived in Providence for a little bit. Listen, it's just so crazy how you can put cash payments in other people's pockets, and that's why I say now, because these are type of things that people can apply for. Now you can have, just say, who's over this stuff? Like, who's over the home ownership and financial literacy? Who's over the home repair fund? So now when an African comes over there and say, yo, I'm from Africa, now I'm legit American, so I'm African American, and they get a home repair. You see what I'm saying? This is how it takes foundational Black Americans out the loop, and then we wind up getting 10% of this stuff, while everybody else benefits off this so-called reparations thing. When I first seen it off face value, just reading a little bit of it, I was like, oh, okay, this is dope. Because he was like, yo, I'm trying to set the bar that we don't need no studies. We can just, sign things into play, and, sign things, and we can just make reparations happen, right? And I'm like, yo, that's dope on some real, because for real, we don't need no HR 40. We don't need no study. This was like, you know what I mean? Basically, like, just setting the tone of how reparations can get pushed and passed. And I'm like, yo, that's dope. But, now when you look at it and you look at the meat and potatoes of, how they dispersing the money, It's like, dog, that shit not gonna hit our community like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these transgenders and all these other groups and Afghanistanians and what's these other people? Ukrainians, yo, they're getting straight cash gave to them. They don't get all these little stupid programs and stuff like that. You know what's so funny? They do get those programs, but before the programs, they get that cash. See what I'm saying? When them families got broke up at the border or whatever and put in them little cages or whatever, yo, they gave them cash. You're not saying, yo, look, well, we're gonna give y'all a program to you know what I'm saying, for home equity and all this whole other stuff. Like, no, you don't get these these K-12 programs of education curriculum. And come on, dog, you ain't teaching kids nothing anyway. Why you need $100,000 to teach 12K or K-12? Excuse me. Why do you need $100,000 to teach K-12 students? These are babies. These are babies. You telling me you need some type of $100,000 to put in some curriculum for K-12? Man, you shitting me. Family, I'm telling you, these are the biggest finesses, and this is why the reparations people and who are out here have to truly advocate for lineage-based reparations, because when we try to turn it into anything else, and anybody else who's telling you that lineage-based reparations isn't necessary or we're being divisive because we want lineage-based reparations, they don't know what they're talking about. You feel me? And a lot of people who are against lineage-based reparations because they feel as though we're being divisive against tethers and all this other stuff, or immigrants, people, even ones that are not tethers, right? Because all immigrants aren't tethers, right? Just like all FBA freedmen, people aren't coons. But the ones who are, we ain't rocking with, and the ones who are tethers, that's immigrants, we ain't rocking with. But if you not a tether, then we rocking with you. But the reason why some of these people actually get mad that we do this and that we don't rock with everybody is because they actually just don't like certain people in the community. So anything that certain people in the community actually go after, they hate on that. Right? They hate on anything that these people do. And again, that's just more division, right? That's just more divisive type talk. And you got to kind of stay away and, distance yourself from people like that who just, can't find any good in someone who's doing certain things for the community. And I just find that very crazy, because even when it's just funny, bro, because it's like some of these same people who dog people in the community and they like, yo, they be getting over it. Bro, they so divisive, this, that, and the third. But then this person might be bailing people out of jail when something happens in the media to somebody's black family, they're sending them money, and the person who's critiquing this person isn't sending them a dime, right? Even though they need real help, you know what I'm saying? They're still part of our family, and the person you're critiquing the most is actually doing the most, right? So, and I just find it crazy because some of these people, they'll big up some stuff that white people do, but you can't big up something that your brother does. Okay, he might not be perfect, right? And none of us are, right? Again, and I always say, even the people who support me, right? You're not going to support everything I say, right? You're not going to support everything I do. And I understand that, right? And I wouldn't never tell anybody to support everything I do, because I'm not always right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to always do everything right. This is life, right? We we make mistakes and we learn from our mistakes, right? And I'm cool with learning from my mistakes, and I'm not above approach where somebody can say, yo, you need to do this way. It would be better if you're doing it this way or doing that and this, that, and third. And I'm like, all right, work. Especially if you come on with a loving heart. You get what I'm saying? Like, on some real constructive criticism, not on some old, you talking slick to me and you trying to tell me to correct myself. Like, that's totally different. Even though I will take it in heat, but I'm like, bro, your delivery is like kind of, you got to change your delivery, fam. You're not going to just talk to me crazy because you really don't like me, but you just want to correct all the stuff I'm doing. And that's what I'm saying. When people can, critique a lot of the stuff you're doing, but they can't never big you up for the good things that you do, just watch out for that, because that's usually a lot of hidden hate in that. And that's one thing we have to learn, is how to discern true hatred from our people. Because a lot of people, they hide and disguise hate with jokes, with some people will be around you all the time, dog, and really don't like you, but try not to show it. But again, when somebody truly doesn't like you, like, that shit comes out after a while, right? Because a person who truly doesn't like you doesn't like to give you credit for the things that you're doing right. Majority of the time. You feel what I'm saying? If that's why I said, if a person is critiquing you more than they're giving you props, and you know that you do a lot of things good more than you're doing things that, some people might not agree with. When they hone on to the stuff that people might not agree with more than the stuff that you're doing right, you might want to get away from them people, right? And this is a good thing, because we have to learn this, because I believe if the sister Shaquila Robinson, rest in peace, I believe that if she would have moved with more discernment, she would have probably not been friends with these people, right? That's a sad situation too, because again, a lot of us like to be accepted. A lot of us want friends. A lot of us want people to, love. Of course, everybody wants to be loved, right? I don't think it's a person on this planet that doesn't want to be loved by someone, at least, right? You might not want to be loved by everybody, but there's somebody that you want to love you, right? So chasing it through friendships and, through frenemies, right? Because these people be frenemies. They don't even be your real friends, can be a little dangerous, and that's why I say you gotta deal with like-minded people. You gotta deal with people that actually got your back. People that's not scared to tell you when you're wrong. Because again, you don't want no yes men around you. That's why I said I'm cool with somebody telling me, yo, fam, that was incorrect. You need to do it like this, that, and the third, right? Yo, you might want to look this up, because, that information that you're spewing is wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But in a loving way. It don't have to be always disrespectful. It doesn't always have to be, brung up to some person with malice intent. So it is what it is, family. But again, back to the subject, right? Because I can ramble a little bit. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button and that share button. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified. I know sometimes YouTube's still not going to notify you, but it is what it is. YouTube be definitely hating. They definitely be hating. And shout out to the people who are already subscribed. I appreciate the love. Again, at some point, we are family. We are going to have to start building together, man. We can't just come together for food. I get it. The food be good as hell. Let's be for real. The food be good as hell. But we can't always just come together for food, partying, drinks, and smoke. We have to build outside of pleasure, right? Because building takes work. It doesn't take work, at least much work, right, to put some food together, right? Don't take much work to come together and play spades and, you know what I mean, tonk and all this old other stuff and crazy eights and, you know what I'm saying, dominoes. And it don't take much to do any of that, right? It doesn't take much to get around each other and roll up and smoke that crib out, right? It don't take much to pour drinks and, get lit, and then you're over there arguing and fighting and the real feelings start coming out, right? So again, family, we want to be in build mode, because again, look what's going on. When it comes to us, they don't want to give the cash, right? They'll break the cash out but then it goes to all these programs, which never trickles into your pocket and never equates to money getting in your pocket, right? So again, education is not a form of reparations. We don't want education as a form of reparations, family. Being as though, first of all, especially with this whole CRT thing, right? First of all, we need to start teaching our own kids, and you're not teaching the things that we need to learn in school in the first place. So let's be real. This is why I don't like the whole criminal justice reform stuff as a form of reparations, even though, again, I would benefit from it. But we don't want that type of things as reparation. We want the same thing them transgender people type. We want that type of reparations. We want cash in our pocket, right? We want cash in our pocket, and we want land, right? We want land and cash payments. This is why most of these people want to give cash payments out to everybody else. The natives get it. These transgenders are getting it. These non-binaries. I'm about to start just saying I'm some of that stuff just to start getting these checks. You feel me? Listen, I ain't wearing no wig. I ain't wearing no dress, nothing. I just identify as Wilma right now. You feel me? Give me my goddamn check. I need my $1,200 a month. But we definitely have to start sticking together, start putting that bread together. If we don't put that money together, there's no way we're going to get to the places that we need to get in society without putting the bread up. I'm trying to tell you, it's so important that we use this time and these holidays where we get together with family to come up with ideas and things that we can do to progress financially, right? It's cool as hell to get around each other and drink, smoke, do everything else besides put our bread together to empower each other, right? Again, our sister Shaquilla, who died, I heard they just had, they put a arrest warrant out for one of the people. They're not naming the person, but again, this is why I told y'all, United States didn't have jurisdiction. Mexico wound up pressing charges, and now they got the FBI who's looking for the person because Mexico put out a warrant, and now FBI is going to take them and transport them over there, right? So again, I told everybody in my video when I was talking about the sister that the United States don't have jurisdiction when it came to that situation because it didn't happen in the United States. That's like me doing something in Oregon and Georgia trying to charge me for it. They can't do that. You don't have jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is everything. That can get your case thrown out off jurisdiction. Trust me. I had to deal with that jurisdiction, that whole jurisdiction thing when I had that situation in Oregon. So, yeah, that's that. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. I hope y'all enjoying y'all family. I'm gonna get up out of here real quick, and I gotta get me something to eat for real at the end of the day. So peace, love, and reparations, family. Y'all be easy, man. I'm out of here.
Is not a nicety. It's not something nice to have for black folk. It is now an absolute necessity. If you do not get reparations soon, black folk, as I told you before, are through. Reparation is not a nicety, it's a necessity. What are the conditions? What are the conditions that precipitated black folk getting into this dilemma? And what black labor, white wealth did, it tracked 800 years of history in very systematic terms to show you every strategy, every technique, every law, every public custom, and every public policy that was used to enslave black folk around the world and to maldistribute almost 100% of all this nation's wealth, power, resource, privileges, businesses, and controls of all levels of government into the hands of the dominant white society. And what slavery and Jim Crow segregation did with black folk, it intentionally maldistributed all the resources away from black folk and created a real-life monopoly game. Black folk in America are playing in a real-life monopoly game that you're totally ill-prepared to play and win.